has taken over. Let's go. It's Ferrall. Coast to coast. Steaks, chicks, stacks. You and I are going to make a lot of money. It's Ferrall, coast to coast.
It's Ferrall on the bench, coast to coast, in the biggest way possible, hanging out. The band saying the broken in a bad apple with a bad attitude. We are live in New York City, the Big Apple. Ooh. People dressed in plastic bags, directing traffic, some kind of fashion shake-it-up, stupid. Yeah. Oh, woo, woo. Along with the Tutty and Tater King himself, the founder of the ILC podcast, the rights holder of the Sheet of Integrity, and the U.S. Open specialist. Carver High this afternoon, ladies. Mafia is running it along with Jake the Snake, styling. And we got it all going here. A lineup on a thirsty Thursday. It's a 90 spot in the Big Apple today. Steamy morsels, Sticky Jones. We've got a double shot with Morency this very hour from British Columbia. And then in the final hour, listen to this, a live shot with Stewie. Keith Stewart from Read the Line is at Oakmont in Pittsburgh in Western Pennsylvania at round one of the U.S. Open. And then a double shot with our NFL insider, Adam Busta Cappin' Yo Ass Kaplan, later today on C2C. I've been watching all day. Bottom line is, I think the golf has been fantastic. The course is brutal. The greens are a 15 is what they're saying. Some say they're an 18. It's like putting on a runway. Your boy Warren Spahn, the leader, JJ Spahn, with a magnificent 4-under today, Carver High. A heavy hitter club. Brooks Koepka is going for it on every green. I've noticed that. Your boy Patrick Reed involved. And many others, including the winner of the Canadian Open, your boy with the beer belly, Fox, who won the RBC, is golfing today. And it goes on and on and on. So much for Justin Rose, who I guess now I realize why he's 110-1, because he was 4 over with a lot of other people, including your boy Rory, who was 2 under, and then he melted down.
And I guess, and those two guys were also playing with the Irish Bear, who finished 9 over today. So you talk about going to get to go home early this weekend. The Irish Bear is going to get to go home early from Oakmont. That's for sure. It is a pretty good leaderboard so far. JJ Spahn, who, of course, remember, lost that playoff to Rory at the Players earlier this year, Scotty. Look at about 4 under bogey-free round this morning. At this place, that is nothing to sneeze at. He is the clubhouse leader. Thurston Lawrence,
Trevor Lawrence,
and 3 under. Sammy Burns, Mr. Burns, 3 under through 6. So Burns has a shot here to maybe pass JJ Spuds, depending on how the rest of the afternoon goes. Sanjay Im is 3 under through 5 as well. Brooks is 2 under through 6, as you mentioned. Beside now, did you see Patrick Reed just a few minutes ago make the albatross out from the fairway, which is, of course, a 2 on a par 5. And that's better than an eagle when you get the albatross. And Patrick Reed did that before.
What, he hit in his second shot from like 270?
Yeah.
What was it?
He rolled it in from way out in the fairway on a 5er. So the albatross for him, a 2 on a 5, which is just unheard of stuff. And that pushed Patrick Reed now to 2 under through 4. Very much in the mix. Scotty Scheffler is on the course right now as well. He is 1 over right now. He started with a birdie, and then he's had a couple of bogeys since then. Colin Morikawa and Cameron Young also at 1 under as they are sitting there. There are only right now, Scotty, 22 guys under par. So the afternoon groups actually had a little bit more gas than the morning crew. It seems
what's the deal with the weather because it's going to rain here all weekend and be 65 degrees in New York City. So, I mean, Pittsburgh's the same weather system, right? Are they getting it as well? Are they expecting rain over the next 3 days at the U.S. Open, Friday through Sunday?
Stewie had said yesterday from there that Thursday and Friday were going to be pretty crispy in terms of there's not going to be a lot of rain. And then he said that they're expecting some showers, thunderstorms, etc. throughout the weekend. Not enough to really cause a major delay, but enough that there's going to be some wetness out on the course. So he was kind of saying that Thursday and Friday are going to play a little bit different than Saturday and Sunday.
So what will that do to the golf course? The greens slow down, and then the rough makes it even worse.
Rough makes it worse. Greens slow down. It has all of those effects once you get a little bit of wetness out there for you. Another birdie for Bud Cauley there to get to do. Look at your boy Bud getting involved.
The 35-year-old Bud Cauley.
Bud Cauley, legend there getting in the mix. So that's what we have cooking for the U.S. Open. We'll, of course, be watching this all afternoon. We're very involved in what's going on. I did add Mr. Burns right, a little bit after he teed off. When he birdied the first hole, I jumped in on him. I have a bunch of guys for first round leader. We'll see if we can get Burns.
Did you see the amateur Marco Polo from Arizona? He made like a 75-foot putt, and he's sitting at 1 under. Did you see that kid, Marco Polo?
I did see your boy, Zach, don't call me Marco Polo, who made the long putt to get himself going on the day. Most of the other amateurs have had some tough times out there.
And your boy,
so we'll see if
the little Argentinian with the big heart is involved at even.
Emiliano Grillo, the great Emiliano Grillo, the little Argentinian with a big heart. He's out there on the course as well. We got a few guys. Coneheads, look at Coneheads is even through too. So you got Coneheads hanging around there. And Jordan Spieth back to you. So yes,
Hefner.
We'll be watching.
Hugh Hefner, Afterlife.
Afterlife for him.
He's got Playboy caddies.
All right, so there you go for that. We have day baseball too this afternoon. The Rangers are putting a beating on the Twins, 13-2. Bottom of the 6th inning in Minnesota. They got homers from Smith, Burger Time, Langford, Carter, Garcia, him. Homers all over the place for them this afternoon. The Mets have a 4-0 lead on the Nationals. 3-run homer from Jeff McNeil in the first inning.
Again,
and then him again, and Nimmo in the 5th. So they're up. Now the Giants and Rockies are going to start in about a minute or two out at Coors Field. Hayden Birdsong against Antonio Santavella, Gas Can Express. Minus 205 for the Giants, plus 170 for the Rockies, and an 11.5.
The Giants have won 7 in a row. Keep me on that pallet. I'll take them on the run line. And they rallied again last night at Coors to win. They were down, and they had another rally cap. And Yaz was in on it. He drove in 3 or 4 runs.
We rang the bell the last 2 nights with your boy Willie Adames. He was on the card the last 2 nights. I'm going for the hat trick this afternoon. Put him in. The hat trick for Willie, all 3 games. Getting hot. This Santazella is a complete gas can. Hopefully, maybe a little Yaz, too. I'm getting a little crazy with the home runs.
Hit one, too.
So let's hope so. Of course, we're going to spend a lot of time. How about the Pacers last night? Going up 2-1 on the Thunder in Indiana.
How about the Pacers to win at plus $1.85 and the 5.5? They lead 2-1. And remember, the last time a series is 1-1, the team that wins Game 3 wins 80% of the time that they'll take the finals. So do you buy that? Because I think the Thunder are winning Game 4.
I think the Thunder are winning Game 4 as well. I don't know if I buy that 81% stuff, but I do buy that the Pacers have a legitimate chance now. They needed to win that game last night and get up 2-1, and that's what they did.
Huge second and fourth quarters.
Enter into the magical world of McLuck.com, where even the smallest of spins can win real cash prizes. Adventure into over 1,000 of the best Vegas-style slot games. So what are you waiting for? Unlock your free welcome offer today. Join the fun where winners play and players win.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do. But the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
No one is going to pick Indiana. No one's going to pick Indiana to make it close, honestly. Like, you could get tremendous odds if you pick OKC in 7.
I think that taking the series over 5.5 games, the last 2 NBA Finals series ended in 5. I think this one goes 6. I think the Thunder will get the job done, but I think the Pacers are just too strong of a team and too talented of a team and too deep of a team to lose in 5 or fewer games.
Newswire, only on SportsGrid.
The Knicks really got past that playoff dragon for them that really stood in their way. So for the New York Knicks to be the Celtics and then an outright favorite to win the Eastern Conference Finals, that's where the disappointment is.
The goalpost got moved, right? Because when you went into the Celtics series, a lot of Knicks fans said they weren't going to beat it. I'll say this is more unprecedented than the 99 run when they were the 8th seed.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Face. It's the new face. New face of what? The hell are you talking about? Like seriously. Oh, the new face of the NBA, Anthony. Yeah, okay. You know what I mean? Look, really? Guy's got 2 shots. You're face of the NBA. Slow down. He's a good player. I've always thought the whole face of the NBA thing was comical. You want him to be the face of the NBA because you don't like it that all the other faces in the NBA aren't American.
Sports Rage tonight, only on SportsGrid.
You can catch Sports Rage every night at 10 East on all of our TV and radio outlets. And we get Morency every day here on Coast to Coast from Vancouver. You're telling me there's another BC Lions game tonight?
Yeah, I know we're going to get to the Stanley Cup, and Stanley Cup takes precedent here, Scott, but big game tonight in Winnipeg. No rest for the wicked in the CFL. You get short weeks sometimes, so they played Saturday night. Playing on the road tonight, and I know you've converted you into a BC fan.
That's right.
So Journey intermissions tonight, and just check it out. The game is on the CBS Sports Network tonight. BC Lions, 3.5-point road favorites on the road in Winnipeg.
In Farella-Toba?
That's right. You know what? Zach Collaros. Remember Zach Collaros, Cincinnati Bearcat quarterback. Very good. Played, he's buddies with Kelsey and stuff. Like, he hangs out with, like, Taylor Swift and Kelsey. He's the quarterback of the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. And he has been for years, but he's suspended for the first game of the year. So he's not playing tonight. BC favored by a couple of extra points.
Why is he suspended?
It was 3 years in a row that he missed the CFL drug test. I like, Scott, that they give you 1 game in the CFL.
So your boy likes the hoochie, and he missed the drug test on purpose, knowing he'd be suspended for a game. That is fantastic.
They said 3 years in a row. It's not a coincidence. They were like, yeah, there's a pattern to this. We need to suspend you for a game.
What do they do in the NFL? It's at least, there's like all kinds of 4-gamer for PED, right? Isn't it a 4-gamer?
Yeah. But, you've been around athletes and stuff. Kyle, let's just call it out. Kyle Turley's not shy about being honest about anything, right? I asked Kyle Turley. I said, Kyle, man, you smoke weed every day. I said, what do you do, like during the season, like with the test and stuff? He goes, bro, you got to be really stupid to fail a drug test in the NFL. He goes, they give you like a 6-week warning.
They know, when it's coming.
Yeah, he goes, basically, you don't smoke for like 2 weeks. And then he told me, he goes, $12 million a year for 2 weeks was worth it. Like, or $8 million, whatever.
The best way to do drugs is to be in the UFC. They got rid of WADA.
Yeah. They were like, remember the old stories? There's a classic story, like Vanderlei Silva. Literally, the drug tester showed up to his gym and he hid under the cage like a wrestler for like 6 hours. Didn't come out. They were like, we don't know where he is.
Now, like everybody's, it seems like they're all lit. They don't care. It's crazy.
They police themselves now, Scott.
Sure they do. They police money is what they do. They run the bank. So here's the deal. Tonight, it's the Oilers and Panthers game 4 in Sunrise. And I've been talking about it today. And, with my son and stuff, I'm like, I'm going for it. And so I was on the Panthers, that, in game 3. I was on the Panthers in game 2 to even it up at once. I took them in game 3, and now I'm going back to the oil can in game 4, plus money. It's do or die tonight. They either win or, I'm telling you, as well as I do, they're finished.
I agree with you. This is an absolutely positively must-win hockey game tonight. They can't be down 3-1 to this Florida team. They learned, you hope that they learned their lesson from last year. Let's not overreact. It's easy to overreact whenever there's a beatdown in a playoff game and, the series is over. Now, Oklahoma City, you're done, right? Like, there's always going to be that overreaction after you see a team lose. But the Edmonton Oilers, guys, have been incredibly resilient, bouncing back after losses. Now they're coming off of 2 straight losses. And how about this as far as Skinner is concerned? And this is the Oilers in game 4s. So Stuart Skinner, career stats, game 4s, record 6-0, goals against 1.26, save percentage 9.55, shutouts 2. This has been their spot. This is game 4s have been that turning point for the Edmonton Oilers. We talked about it, Scott. Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl have to be a lot better, obviously. They were no-shows in game 3, right? They buzzed around on the early power play, and it's funny how looks can be deceptive because the Oilers' power play looked good early, and it had it in the series. They were buzzing around. It was like, they're flying around here. Okay, they're engaged. And then McDavid, I don't know. I didn't notice him, and the only time I noticed him when he turned the puck over. And Draisaitl, I don't even know if he played the rest of the game. Like, he was absent. He just sort of disappeared. They've got a chip on their shoulder. And, Scott, they've played, 1,037 games or something stupid together. I saw the stat the other day. It's only happened, 3 times, and neither of them had a point. They're mad.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, no, they're mad. And McDavid, this guy's got fire in his eyes, Scott. And he said, we haven't played our best hockey yet. And he just sort of paused and he said, it's coming. This is it tonight. The series is on the line, right? This is it tonight.
Let me ask you this.
I expect them to bring it.
There were some people that were trying to start the sniff that Pickard was going to go, that he was going to actually pull Skinner for this game since he pulled him in the last game when they were getting their ass beat. Pickard gave up 1 goal in his work, but he was pretty decent. Do you think there's any truth to any of that?
No, I don't. Not after going over these numbers. Listen, Skinner hasn't been perfect in this series. But listen, the game 3 loss, guys, they didn't lose because of Skinner. They were terrible. Everybody was terrible. Guys, they had the 4th most penalty minutes in the history of the Stanley Cup Finals.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Skinner's been their guy. He's gotten them here. They all played horribly. Skinner's been very good at bouncing back, and especially on the road as well. So this is the spot for them, right? Listen, if Skinner implodes tonight, there could be a short leash. I don't see it happening. I think Skinner's going to play well, and this is Skinner's crease from here on out right now. Now, listen, if they lose tonight and, he doesn't play well, then I guess they're going to go with Pickard in the next game. But I don't think there's any question. It'll be Stuart Skinner tonight.
So, how do you feel about? So you're going with them as well at.
Yes, sir.
I got him at plus 128. It's around there, plus 125 or something. The overs hit in every game. I've hit all 3 money lines, all 3 totals over. Are you going over to Rainbow again tonight? I think they have to go over to Rainbow if they're going to beat them.
Well, one thing with these games, and we see this with the Edmonton Oilers, guys, all throughout the playoffs, is their games sort of will start off a little slower and the totals will come down. And then you're able to pounce and get some better numbers, but there's going to be goals. I mean, this isn't going to be a 2-1 game tonight, right? It's not going to be a 2-1 game. I'm not betting the under. I got some props for it on the other side.
5 through 7 have the potential to be the unders. We'll come back with Ravens.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Ferrall Coast to Coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line. Only on SportsGrid.
Foul him! Ref!
Ready? Ready?
Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the 10! Everybody gets home!
In-game live. Only on SportsGrid.
So, I have to go back to the BC Lions for a second. I really do. I don't care what anyone thinks. Here's the deal. Like, I just showed you. I can't even find it. Like, I know it's on. I'm going to watch because I like them, and that's my team. I got my hoodie. I got the whole thing going. I got a double rum going. I'm ready for the game. But nowhere on the face of the earth in this country, this backward-ass USA, can I find anything. Like, if you go on CBS's app, if you go on ESPN's app, you could no more find the CFL or the BC Lions to fly a kite. But I can find Copa Italia games. Like, who gives a rat's ass about that? They got everything on their butt. I mean, they have cricket on there, but I got no CFL. How is that possible? And how about this? CBS Sports is carrying the games, and they don't put it on their app. Like, what moron is in charge of that division?
I was gonna say, Scott, and I don't know. Those who live in glass houses, I don't take shots. No networks are perfect, but CBS
I'm not
Sports,
nice. I am
CBS,
not happy.
You know from experience, CBS Sports Network, not CBS Sports, but the CBS Sports Network has always been a disaster, Scott. And it freaking killed the Pac-12, bro. Like, you know what I mean? It kills college football teams. It kills conferences.
It's not bad for college basketball.
Yeah, you know what? That's what they do well. You get the Temple games and those sort of games, the midweek games.
Right.
And you know what they're known for, Scott? Hawaii football on Saturday night. You know what I'm saying? You got your, you get your UNLV games and your, a couple of Mountain West games a week. You get, Army and, Army against Wake Forest in the afternoon or something like that. But it's never been a successful network.
I got Brazilian Serie A games going, and they won't show me at least who's playing.
Well,
and
look
that
at
the games on and
so
the
just
odds.
a good example, Scott, the Champions League. How the hell do you pay all those rights for the Champions League and not put it on CBS and you put it on CBS Sports Network?
Well, it's on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, like
it's brutal.
It's the Champions League, guys. It's like if I'm running CBS, I'm like, hey, dumbasses, we're gonna get like 6 million viewers if we put this on TV. Put it on effing TV
to figure out how to download it on TV. I got in the studio. It took a year. I missed the whole year of it.
Like, at least ESPN Plus, you log in, all right, I'm going to watch the game. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, CBS, so I'm not surprised about this, that the CFL, like, they don't know, bro. Like, they're, like you said, no search results come up, nothing. Like,
listen, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to ask you this question. So I have the ESPN Plus hooked up to the TVs in the house, right? So I can watch all the stuff on the TV. But to me, watching a game on a phone, unless I'm on a train or on a plane,
I hate it.
Watching on a phone to me, it's like I'm paralyzed. I can't watch a sporting event on a cell phone to save my ass. I don't know why. I just can't do it.
I hate it. And you know what I even hate, Scott? I hate betting on phones. I'm old school. I don't even like betting on the phone. I'm old school. If I want to bet on the phone, I used to miss calling the damn bet in myself. I'll call it in, right? But the sports books now, because it's they can't.
Do you remember the video of you walking away from the window at the Meadowlands with your leather jacket on and stuffing the paper in your pocket?
That was a fun day.
That was a great day.
And you know what? I insisted too to actually bet too, right? Like,
when you were doing it, I was in the bar.
Yeah, I was like, I can't fake this. I'm not just sticking a ticket. So I said, hold on. I went to the window. I bet like $600. I turned around. I said, all right, you film me. You know what I mean? It had to be real, you know?
So let me ask you this question. Have you heard about this kid, this Shamar Stewart or whatever his name is?
Yeah.
Now he's threatening to pull out of the entire season and re-enter next year's draft because he's sick of playing money games with the Bengals.
This is some old school stuff, isn't it? We used to, hear about this stuff in the old days. I'll call his bluff. He's going to end up in camp. But I'll tell you what, one thing I am concerned about, his agent is like known as like a young renegade. I think he's the youngest agent in the NFL. He's like 30 years old. He happens to be James's Cook agent as well on the Buffalo Bills.
He wants his money.
Yeah. And, so basically there could be like a pattern here. This guy ain't playing around, bro.
I think Cook's money's more important than that rookie's.
Yeah, but I don't understand, Scott. Like the rookie kid, like Stuart saying, it's a freaking rookie deal. It's set in stone. Just give him the money. Like, what are you arguing about? You drafted him. You have to pay him.
Honestly,
that's the way the league works, bro.
They won't give Hendrickson the money either, Morency. All right, enjoy the game tonight. Have a great show.
13 total, 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Ferrall Coast to Coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results.
What? How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid.
Foul him! Ralph!
Ready?
Jacob! Yes! Oh! It was never in doubt! It was never in doubt! Oh, there's points falling out of my eyeballs! Oh, James Johnson to the 10! Everybody gets home!
In 5, only on SportsGrid.
just so we're clear here, Carver High, still Spawn the leader, Lawrence, M, Burns are one back, Koepka, Reed, Kim, Pavon are all two back. And then it goes from there. So I am interested in Koepka. He's won this thing, twice? And he is going for it. And everybody, hates him because he's a live guy, right? So I like seeing him in the middle of it and going for it. I used to always think, like, the one guy, my favorite golfer of all time was Tom Watson. The way he putted and went for it, every putt. He never left a putt short. He went for it on every putt. He tried to put it in the hole every time. He'd run it by 5 feet. He didn't care. Koepka reminds me of him.
Yeah, and look, Koepka has not he hasn't played well in a while. So this is obviously surprising some people that he's come out, but usually it's at these tough places where you do see the best of Brooks Koepka, and you're getting it so far. The name for me right now, at least for today, for first-round leader, we gave you that Matthew Pavon at 150-1 yesterday for first-round leader, and he's 2 under through 5. If we could ever get Matthew Pavon as the first-round leader today, that would be just an amazing day here on Coast to Coast. So let's hope that we can find our way.
I'm rooting for your boy Pavon. Isn't he?
Let's try to get.
Is he from France?
Yes, the Frenchman, Matthew Pavon, who for some reason shows up at these tough courses in majors and then misses the cut everywhere else. It's very strange. But he's in the mix today, and let's hope that he can maybe get past J.J. Spuds there at the top of the board. As far as the baseball, they did start the Giants and the Rockies as well. Already 1-0 Giants, top of the second there, and the Mets are about to finish off the Nationals. It's 4-0 in the ninth for it. All right, so we'll keep watching the golf as we move along. All right, let's get to the finals. Pacers beat the Thunder 116-107 last night. They now lead the series 2-1. They scored 40 points in the second quarter. Second and fourth quarter is where the Pacers got it done. Lots of big buckets down the stretch. Mathurin, Halliburton, Obi Toppin, all of them on ABC ESPN.
Mathurin fires away, pots ahead. Mathurin madness.
Right, so
he's got 25 on 9 of 11 from the field. Halliburton on the drive, can't get it. Toppin on the follow. Obi Toppin. Hard. Back to Turner. Halliburton looking for some room. Step back three. It's good. Tyrese Halliburton with a three-pointer.
All right, so the second quarter was 40-28. They lit him up. And then the fourth quarter was 32-18. I don't know which one was worse. Obviously, money time was worse. Everything basically that we said yesterday on this show came true. A, they won. B, they covered. C, we told you that Siakam would have a game 20-plus, 21, 6 and 4. We told you that Halliburton had to go over 20, 22, 9 and 11. I also told you that I was taking TJ McConnell, PRA, over 13 and a half. Boom. He hit 10 points, 5 dimes, and a rebound. How do you like them apples? I thought that guy in the game with his 5, count them, a fistful of dollars, 5 steals. How about this guy on 2 inbounds passes right in front of the guy's face? He stole 2 balls. I mean, the guy, the inbounder's looking right at him, and he's standing right in front of him, and he still threw the ball right into his hands. I thought I was tripping. I thought I was seeing things. It was so bad, the Thunder's turnovers. And the bottom line is they outplayed the Thunder hands down in that building lit. And the other thing that bothered me was Reggie Miller. This guy not only shows up with his jersey tucked in like he's a girl. When girls do that with the Stanley Cup, did you see the Cavender twins? They tuck in the corner like they're Wayne Gretzky when they're wearing a jersey. Your boy Reggie Miller tucked in his like a girl too. And then he sat there in the front row like Spike Lee cheering on the Pacers. I told you that dude's homerized milquetoast. Not that we didn't know that because he was a Pacer, but he shouldn't be allowed to call games. Listening to him cheer for the Pacers against the Knicks for 6 games was an insult to my intelligence. And seeing him in the front row with Oscar Robertson cheering him on, I mean, I'm like, all I could think of was that guy calling the Knicks games. And what is next? How about they have the head coach call the games next time? You know what I mean? Like, I just can't understand it. And here's another thing. I thought the refs were terrible last night. Tony Brothers needs to go on a cruise around the world, one of those ones that lasts for a year, and stay away. He's so awful. And the worst thing is, again, Mike Breen telling me they're the greatest refs in the world. He does it every game. These are the greatest refs in the world. My ass. And I'll tell you another thing. Doris. Oh, my God, Doris, just shut up.
Yeah, it's too much.
I can't take her anymore. Like, I really can't. And you've heard the stories lately that they're going to whack her from this. Yeah, well, they should do it. She's painful,
I think they're both. I think they're both
Richard's
awful.
funny either.
They're both awful. Jefferson's bad too. He's tough to listen to. That their whole thing is we've done this a billion times. Like, they made a big mistake. They should have never Van Gundy and Jackson. They should have never let Van Gundy.
Should have
and
never
Jackson
changed
go. It was
it.
just such
you know what the problem is? You and I have had this conversation. They ruin everything, Suits. They really do.
Yeah.
Like, how about this one? You remember when we were in radio? Oh, well, it's September. We have to have a new lineup. We have to have it's the fall. It's the fall book. We have to change everything. Have you ever seen anything so stupid in your life? When you have something good, let it kill itself. There's a little secret for you. But what they do is they ruin every show in television history. They ruin every radio show in history. They ruin everything. They ruin that show. And they've tried to ruin the inside the NBA. They'll do anything to ruin anything. Show like, the leaves are falling. Let's make some changes here. Like, they do it every day in this business. And I think it's stupid. I really do. And they screwed that show up. That crew, I'm telling you, Mike Breen should do it alone. He'd be better off.
It would be better if he was by himself. And I didn't get to say this to you. Reggie was so over the top last night. It was tough to take. Like, I don't care who you're a fan of, other than being a Pacer fan. Obviously, if you're a Pacer fan, you probably love it. But it was so over the top, showing Reggie every 5 seconds with his jersey and all that. It just hugging Halliburton.
It shouldn't even be allowed that he calls games. And then they sit him down in the front row, and they showed him as much as they showed the game.
Yeah, it was painful. It was completely painful.
And let me tell you something. That halftime show is so painful that they have on the ESPN, ABC. It's so painful that I swear to God, I turned the channel. I didn't even watch the halftime. I got right out of there. Right when I leave, I got baseball on, I come back. I don't watch it. I can't listen to them. And then they had Adam Silver on there bragging about that was when I turned the channel. They brought him out. They rolled him out to tell you how great the ratings are and how these two cities love basketball more than any place on earth. Stop it. Stop. Just stop.
It was
that. Stop it.
I couldn't even hear it. I had it on mute doing the radio show, and I still had to change the channel. I couldn't even hear it, and it bothered me so much that I just completely shut it off and moved on to something else. It was just too much. We'll come back and hear from Halliburton, who 22, 11, and 9. I made 2 plays on the radio show last night. Him for 25. He had 22 with 6.5 left and didn't score again. So that fail. And then I played him 20-1 for a triple-double. Needed 1 more board. Finished with 9 boards. I mean, just left me right at the altar, this Halliburton, for 2 big plays.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back because I respect the hell out of Sloot and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim. Only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling
Finally.
Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Ferrall coast to coast. Only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take.
Ka-ching!
Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What?
How do you do this one?
Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line. Only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside.
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
I can't believe you missed that tripped up by a rebound. Very unfortunate. I thought he played a lot better. I thought, let's just face facts. I mean, they're in this to win it. They're not in this to, just be there. They won game one. They stole it like a thief in the night. And then last night, they flat out beat their ass when it mattered most, money time.
They certainly did. As far as Halliburton goes, I gave you those numbers. People have been saying they want him to score more, that he does too much passing and other things. Halliburton, Scotty, really doesn't care what people think.
Yeah, I think the commentary is always going to be what it is. Most of the time, the talking heads on the major platforms, I couldn't care less, honestly. Like, what do they really know about basketball? But I think as a group, and watching film myself, seeing where I can get better is important. And, at a time like this, I'm not really on social media as much. I try to stay off it as much as I can, but you see it, and ESPN might be on in my house, and there it is, and it is what it is. But I think just seeing where I can be better is the most important thing, and having that reflection with myself. I talk a lot, obviously, with my trainer Drew and Coach Carlisle and all those guys, and it's a constant conversation of seeing where I can get better. There was adjustments that had to be made coming into today for me, and I thought I did a better job at that.
Listen, here's the deal. I think he's right that there's a lot of people that bloviate, and, we do too. But the difference is, fair enough, I'll stand by it. I play basketball every day of my life. And I know this, that when you have 11 dimes, that means you created 11 opportunities that went in the hole. Your dimes led to buckets. Your rebounds lead to buckets. Transition the other way. Your buckets are, enough in themselves that people talk he needs to score more. Why? If the guy has 22 and 11, double-double, and he created that many buckets and all those rebounds, like I've always said to you, if you're not scoring, crash the glass. If you're not rebounding, set screens. If you're not setting screens, dive for loose balls. Do something. Dive into the crowd. Block a shot. How about, if that's not working, foul somebody and smash their face? I've been in that game too. You're not doing anything. All right, watch this. I'll smash someone's face in, see how they like that when they drive to the hole and they're, laying in and dunking and everything. I'm not having it. Like, I played against a kid the other night so good, make your head spin. And I told the story on the air the other day. I hammered him twice. And when he left after he scored 90 points, he said, "At least you fouled me, old man. No one else could touch me." And he goes, "I'll see you, old man." He always calls me old man. And because I am an old man, but I still play. So I don't want to hear how I don't know what I'm talking about when I play every day of my life. And I play against great guys that play in the NBA and D1 basketball. It's real simple. If you make passes that lead to buckets, you're contributing. He doesn't score enough. He doesn't pass. Shut up. Shut up. And I will agree with him. Most of the people that do this are fat asses, and they don't do anything. All they do is eat and drink. They don't play. They don't do anything. They don't go to the gym. All they do is sleep, eat, drink, and talk. That's fact, too. I know like 95% of the people I know don't do anything that do this for a living. They don't play ball. I play ball. Shut up. I play ball every day. And I'll never stop saying it either. I know what I'm talking about. I've been playing for 50 years plus. So I love the game. And I think, if he has a game like that, all that I'm mad about is he didn't get you that rebound for the tripped up ticket cash.
The 25 would have been more. I needed the 25 more than the board. If he would have got 25 points, it would have been
it's disappointing.
3 points. Guy had 22 points with 6.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. He didn't take another shot. Didn't get fouled. Do you know he hasn't shot a free throw in any of the first 3 games? Halliburton hasn't been in the line once in the first 3 games. He hasn't shot a free throw. How crazy is that?
I also don't believe for 1 minute anyone in this day and age that's playing in the NBA Finals is going to sit here and tell me that they're not watching and listening to what everyone's saying about the NBA Finals. So he's a liar. Everyone has the TV on. Everyone's looking at the TV. Everyone's looking at the social media. All you have to do is go on whatever, Instagram or X or whatever. It's all day long. And there's no one that avoids that's in it. When you're a player and you're a star player in this league and you do all the things that they do, believe me, they know what everyone's saying about them. They know everything that comes out. He said it. He goes, "I got ESPN on in the house, but I'm not watching." Yeah, sure you are. Sure you are, dude. He's listening to what Smith and all the rest of them say about him, that fat Perkins. Trust me, they all listen. They all watch all day. They're lying. They can't get enough of people talking about them. Believe me, they want the exposure. They want to be huge and famous and rich. And why do you think they all dress like they're at the Met Gala when they walk into arenas, including the announcers? This guy Smith walks into arenas, he thinks he's on the team. Every guy dresses like he's going to the Met Gala. Honestly, it's like, have you ever even, this kid, SGA, does he say, "All I care about is basketball and drip, what I wear, fashion. That's all I care about"? Don't be fooled by these dudes. They watch and listen to everything you say about them.
Let's quickly slide in Carlisle. Of course, the bench was huge. Mathurin had 27 points, playoff career high. Big contributions from the bench. Carlisle loved it. All right. We'll wait on Rick. We don't have to play Rick yet. We'll play Rick
those
after.
guys were tremendous, and TJ just brought a competitive will to the game. Mathurin jumped in there and immediately was aggressive and got the ball in the basket. And, look, this is the kind of team that we are. We need everybody to be ready. It's not always going to be exactly the same guys that are stepping up with scoring and stuff like that. But, this is how we got to do it. And we got to do it as a team. And we got to make it as hard as possible on them.
I got to tell you, I give them a lot of credit. They have given the Thunder all they can handle.
Their team total is 19.5 wins. I told you to go under, and it's by far the best bet I have recommended on this network in 4 years. They can't get out of their own way. And now Sloot is out for the year. Let's hope Sloot gets back, because I respect the hell out of Sloot, and I want her to go out on her own terms. Hopefully we'll have her back for the 26th season.
Betting above the rim, only on SportsGrid.
I got a feeling Pittsburgh's going to the Super Bowl. I got a feeling there is no chance they're going to the Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I'm just kidding.
They're still not expected to have over 8.5 wins. They're still not expected to have a winning record. Now, I know things could change for the next 24 hours. I get that. But everyone expected Aaron Rodgers to sign with him. He's going to sign with him.
Ferrall coast to coast, only on SportsGrid.
The two guys that can do it all.
Too much electricity this morning.
This is a good time. We're having a lot of fun.
I had to do a triple take. Ka-ching! Why? Because of parity.
I didn't mean to offend.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Load management is a dirty word.
Let him rip.
You know what? Circumstances provide the results. What? How do you do this one? Oh, Donnie, you got such a good show there.
A network that is booming.
The early line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that ring. Get it inside.
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of
18.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
Well, I told you yesterday on the show, I thought they would hold SGA under 30. Everybody else, if you watch the pregame shows and everything else, said he was going to have 35 or more. You saw his totals for props. It was all in the mid-30s. And his PRAs were just through the roof. And he had 24. I didn't, think he had a bad game. I thought he shot better from outside. I actually saw him hit a three. But he knows, right, Carver High, that all their mistakes killed him. And then when you don't score in the second and fourth quarter, you're going to lose no matter who you play.
Yeah, look, anything under 30 for him is usually, you go, oh, wow, he didn't have 30. You're so used to him getting 30-plus every single night that it's so out of the ordinary, 24, 8, and 3 blocks. Here he is talking about the turnovers, which for them was very uncharacteristic, especially, you mentioned these before, those inbound steals by McConnell, which you could just forget happening once, happening multiple times, is really not good. Here was SGA's thoughts on that.
Yeah, those plays hurt, especially because they're very controllable. You can take your time and inbound the ball, but you make mistakes in basketball, no matter the stage, and we definitely had opportunities to cover those things up. But you also don't let plays like that happen. It just goes back to being tighter, being more focused, being more forceful all night, and things like that really hurt for sure.
Listen, I'll say this, Mike. I've never played in a basketball game in my life, and I play in thousands of them, where there aren't all kinds of mistakes made. Turnovers, loose balls, pass out of bounds, step on the line, ball off your hand. You know what I mean? It happens. If you were watching that game last night, that Richard Jefferson was slamming them for mistakes they're making. These are, I think, natural mistakes that happen in every single basketball game. Now, I thought that those inbound passes were stupid. That wasn't natural. That was stupidity. So natural is you throw the ball inbounds, it goes off the guy's hand and rolls out of bounds. That's just a natural mistake. Unnatural is when you throw it to a guy standing right in front of you, and you give him the ball. They did it twice.
They did it twice. And look, I didn't get to mention this because obviously we played Carlisle real fast. I think that Carlisle has he's ran circles around Danielle in this series from a coaching perspective, just matchup wise. I mean, he's got Danielle. This guy Danielle's doing things that he didn't do all year long, like with his lineups, and he's changing things up, and he doesn't leave the bigs out. Hartenstein's not getting I don't know why you change now. I think Barkley was saying. Did you see the clip of Barkley saying it after the game last night on the floor?
No, thank God.
I know, but Carlisle has schooled this guy who's in his first run at doing this in a big spot in the finals like Danielle.
I agree with you, Mike, and let's not forget he's already got a ring. He did it when he was young with Dallas. It was a long time ago, but he's on the verge of winning 2, and this would be really the biggest upset ever if you think about it, because they were minus 760 or something when it started. Now the other day it was 560, and now what are they? They still don't respect them. No one respects the Pacers at all while they're sleeping with your wife. Now look at it.
They're still plus 190, and they're up a game.
I told you the other day when they were 430 something, I said, bet money on the Pacers. You're going to make money if they pull this off. And the if is starting to become when.
It really has. They've done a tremendous job with it. Jalen Williams, of course, they were down 2-1 to the Nuggets in the second round. He says, we've been there before. We'll be all right.
I mean, we've been in that exact same kind of predicament. This game 3 was a better game 3 than the ones we've had. So we'll take that and run with it.
I want to go with him. Look at him. He's all cool like a gangster.
It's very pivotal. Obviously, you don't like being down in a series, but we have been here before, so we'll use that experience and work to get better from it.
I thought he came out and played terrifically in the first quarter, and he was hitting everything, and then he just didn't matter. Like, what are you doing, bro? If you're that hot, you got to keep firing. And I'll tell you what, I'm just going to say it now. I'm not looking at anything. I'm just saying they're going to win Friday night. As sure as I'm sitting here, they're winning Friday night. And SGA, he going over 35 on Friday night. He going to have a 45 piece on Friday night. You watch. It's 2-2 going back to Oak City for Game 5. Mark my words.
I agree with you. I'll give you some of those numbers when we come back.
Or in the Stanley Cup.
Falcons are actually relieved that he's kind of not there to create more of a distraction. Look, I mean, I said it the day it happened. It was one of the stupider decisions I've ever seen by a professional NFL franchise to sign a quarterback to a $180 million contract and then draft his replacement exactly 5 weeks later. This was a terrible organizational decision by the Falcons. Now, they're going to spin this, and this is what's annoying about the Falcons and their PR staff. They're going to spin this as if this is the plan we had all along. This is the plan that when, Kirk Cousins either got hurt or didn't play well or got too old, we were going to have Penix come in. And guess what? The new plan is now we're going to keep Kirk Cousins as a backup. So if Michael Penix gets hurt, we told you so. We were right for keeping him on the roster. We were smart for keeping him here. No, this whole thing has been an abject disaster.
The Early Line, only on SportsGrid. The game is on. The stakes are high. But the action isn't just on the field.
He's rearranging that rim. Get it inside!
SportsGrid's in-game live. Your ultimate second screen experience.
A little flyer, couple of 15.5-point live line.
Every prop, every play, every day.
Anything can happen. That's complete chaos.
It's smarter to be on SportsGrid.
It'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do, but the Knicks are at a point now where they don't have to blow it up. They may still do so, and they have a right to do so, but with trading the 4 first-round picks and the pick swap for Mikal Bridges, the Knicks don't have a lot of room in regards to actual picks to throw at people.
Betting above the rim, only